Hello everybody, welcome back to Cooking with Gino at Gino's Lair. Well, you're going to have to be a little patient with me today because I don't have a cameraman, so we're going to do the best we can do. I want to show you a recipe. It's really good for something for breakfast. Of course, I guess you could have it at any time of the day if you really wanted to. It's really good and for breakfast, and it's quick and it's very nutritious. And it tastes really good too. So without further ado, we'll get down to it, and I'll place this camera and show you what we got. Okay, if you'll take a look here, we got some Vienna sausages. Any brand you like. I just happen to have this kind. We got a couple of eggs. We got some leftover rice, some butter, some garlic, and some onion. Now, you may be saying, Gino, what in the world are you doing? I'm making a really good, quick, cheap breakfast, and usually made with, like we normally do, with leftovers and stuff like that, sometimes. So the bottom line is it's a cheap breakfast. It's going to cost you a whole lot less, and you're going to get more filling calories and carbs and all of that good stuff. You know, now if you're a little overweight like me, you probably don't want too many calories and carbs, but you have to have that to fuel your busy day, don't you? So that's why you eat a big breakfast, a little bit smaller lunch, and for dinner you eat a lot lighter, so you don't go to bed on all that food and gain 10 pounds. So anyway, I'll take it that you know that stuff, and we'll go on to the cooking part, all right? So anyway, you saw what we had there. Let me reposition this camera and we'll get to cooking. Now the first thing we're going to do is get some of this stuff out of the way. We got us a couple of pats of butter right there. I'm going to skid our eggs over. Now what we're going to do is we're going to take this onion right here. We're going to slice this fairly thin because we're going to add that to this. And it's going to give it a really good flavor. You got to just bear with me on this. It's very good, and I eat this quite a bit. And a lot of people don't know this. I don't know that there's actually a name for it other than eggs and fried rice. It's not really a fried rice like an Oriental fried rice, but it's very good. So just take my advice on that. So that's about enough right there. We'll cut this up a little bit into smaller pieces. And we got leftover rice here. Everybody, probably if you cook rice at all, you may have some leftover rice, or if you've gone out the night before and had dinner at a Chinese place or something, you might have some rice left over. Okay, now this is a large clove of garlic we're going to cook with this. So we're also going to slice that very thinly so that we get little hunks of rice in there, slices, and not rice, but garlic in there. And that adds to the flavor of this dish. So, the next thing we're going to do is we're going to take our Vienna sausages, and this is what I always do with Vienna sausages, is I dump the water out and I rinse them pretty thoroughly. Okay. In this case, we're going to take 2 or 3 is all we need for this dish. So we'll put this over to the side. We can cook the rest of this stuff later. So we'll slice these up. However big or thin you want them sliced is up to you on that. So, here's what we're going to do. Now we're going to take our frying pan and we're going to put all of these together and with a little bit of butter and a little bit of oil to cook this, and we'll be right back with you. Okay, we've got the frying pan on over a medium-high heat here on this electric stove, and we're going to give it just a second to warm up. When it gets warmed up, we're going to add just a little bit of cooking oil here to this, so that will absorb most of the heat, because we don't want to burn the butter. Okay, that's one thing we're going to do, is we're going to add some butter to this to give it a really nice flavor. But we want to start these things cooking before we add the rice to it. And we're going to need some heat here. So we'll take that, and it looks like it's about up to medium-high and doing well. So we'll take part of this butter here, and we'll add that to the pan. Now, see, the butter is coming to a nice melting point, and we're going to take our onions and garlic, put that in there, and our Vienna sausages that we've got. We're going to let that cook until the onions are translucent and until the Vienna sausages have absorbed the flavor and all of that. We'll toss this a little bit to get it good and cooked. And you just wouldn't believe this is a really good meal. You wouldn't suspect it, because I live in the deep South, and we don't eat things like this. We eat biscuits and gravy with our eggs and toast and jelly and all of that stuff. But this is a little different. So give it a try. That's all I say. Give it a try before you condemn it. Okay? Alright, let's see how we're doing here. Make sure nothing's stuck. Alright. So you can smell the garlic at this point cooking with the onion. The Vienna sausages are starting to get a little bit of brown to them. You don't want it overcooked. So now add your cup of rice, maybe a cup and a half, I don't know, I didn't measure it. You just take what you got. You chop that up and start to kind of fry that around with it. Of course, since the rice has a little bit of moisture in it, you can hear it start to pop. Now, at this point, what we're going to do is we're going to add the rest of that butter so that it adds that wonderfully nice buttery flavor to this. So, get that down there and get it all stirred in. Now sometimes it can stick a little bit. Don't be afraid of that. You just got to clean your pan up afterwards. But it's alright. The taste is going to be worth it. So, alright, just keep turning it till it starts to take on a little bit more brown. Alright, there we go. You don't want too much. Okay, we'll turn the heat off here. same time, we're going to take our other frying pan that we have here and turn the heat on medium-low for that. And let that heat up a little bit. Okay. I'm going to take this fried rice, if you want to call it that, and put it on the plate as a bed for your eggs. So, we'll put that on the plate. Oh, the smell of this is really good. You just have to be here to smell it. It is really good. It's a lot better than you think it would be. And once again, I'm putting an emphasis on cheap, quick meals. You're not going to pay $5 or $6 for this meal. You're going to pay $1 or so. All right? If you go out and have somebody else do it for you, it's a different thing completely. So, we're going to give us a fork here. We'll spread that around a little bit. Now, while that is sitting there waiting, we will take and we will put the butter here in the pan for our eggs, to fry these eggs. Okay, we're back. Now, we're pretty much heated up to a good temperature here for this, and you can see the butter starts to separate because I'm using real butter. All right. Now we'll retrieve our eggs that flew out of the way a minute ago, and we will start those frying. I use fresh eggs, by the way. I raise my own chickens, and that's the best kind of eggs you can have. But grocery store eggs will do if you don't have anything else. All right. Now, to cook these eggs like this, and trust me, I've cooked tens of thousands of fried eggs in my career, cooking, and also in my life, not cooking, because I love eggs. And eggs are not unhealthy for you. They're the new superfood. So don't be afraid of eggs, unless your doctor tells you not to. Then you might want to listen. So, okay, you want to make sure that your pan and your eggs are loose in there, and then you want to flip them if you can. If you can't, you take the old spatula over there and just turn them, like most people do. So, there you go. Flip them one good time. Then we're going to swirl them around. Get them where the yolks are back in the back again, and then we're going to flip them back. Whoop. All right. Now, there you go. That one's a little wonked out, but that's all right. Now you just pour this over top of the rice. Now, take a look at that. Oh, my goodness. Oh, my goodness. So, what do we need now? We need a little bit of cracked black pepper. So, just actually take some already prepared black pepper and sprinkle on that, because that's what we got. Okay, we got that. Put that back. And a tiny bit of salt needs to go on there. So we'll take a little bit of salt, just a little bit, and just sprinkle that on there lightly. There you go. So you got your fried eggs over top of the rice. You've got your Vienna sausage in there. And what we're going to do, this is the big key. You pop your egg and let that run into the rice, just like that, and then kind of cut it up and let it all mix together and marry. And now, instead of having toast, you've got your carb there in the form of some leftover rice, which is a whole lot better than you'd think it'd be. So we're going to try this out. Let me get a little bit of everything on there. We got the rice and the egg. All right, let's give this thing a try. I love this. This is a really good thing. Really a good thing. It's quick, it's cheap, and it's really good. So if you can get all three of those things together, you're doing really good. Well, I'll tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to go over there and get me a nice glass of orange juice, and I'm going to finish that up. So, anyway, you saw it. You saw how easy it was. Give it a try. We'll call it fried rice and eggs. It is a very good breakfast meal. Cheap, quick, and very good. So anyway, we'll get back to you here pretty soon with another video. I got a couple of ideas in mind, and I've had some suggestions on some things that I can do for upcoming videos. So anyway, I appreciate you being with me, and leave comments and like and subscribe and all that good stuff if you can. It'd help me out. Maybe just mentally help me out, because I'm not getting any money for this stuff. Probably never will. Doesn't matter. I'm trying to help you out with something quick, easy, and cheap. And that's what it's all about. When you look at the grocery bill today, you got to eat cheap. All right. Thank you very much. And we will see you next time from Gino's Lair and Cooking with Gino.